Hello and welcome to Wingin It. And once more we are back with another game from the Wingspan World Cup. And this is the second round and it's our second game. So if you haven't already seen the previous games in this tournament, I'd recommend you check those out. We did win our first game in this second round, so got off to a good start. And yeah, game 2 here, we're going second in this one, as with the first game. So we'll jump in and yeah, we'll see what we've got to work with in this starting hand. And okay, we've got some lovely stuff. Barn Swallow, always like to see that one in the starting hand. These tucking birds are really, really powerful, especially early in the game. So quick look at the tray. I imagine that yellow throat is going to get picked up. Yeah, pretty standard opening there for my opponent, I think. Yeah, they'll be picking that one up. Let's look at the bonus cards. Forester and Enclosure Builder. Okay, might have some decisions to be made there. But I'm kind of liking the look of this Flycatcher. So this is a really good bird for early game tempo and big points as well. Works well with this Barn Swallow. So I could definitely see a world in which I keep a couple of food there, grab the worm or the Flycatcher, and then get that down. And is there a rodent in the feeder as well? There is not. Okay, we might need to think about this in terms of what the wetland bird is going to be. Ordinarily, I'd quite like to go for these two birds, have that extra bird just as a sacrificial tucking option to go through the Barn Swallow. But yeah, that would lean me towards picking up that Eleanor's Falcon just to get something for its wetlands. Because at the moment, really got anything to get down there. So Barn Swallow, of course, can go in the wetlands. I think it's better in the grasses. I mean, you look at these NRR goals as well. Definitely want to be getting that in the grasslands and legs of eggs on it. So I'm sort of thinking here about maybe doing something like that. Spend 2 turns getting food, and play the Flycatcher. I mean, I suppose if I'm going to do that, I might as well just keep an extra worm. Just top deck. Might be doing that, and then we can tuck and draw with the Swallow, and at least get something down in the way. So I think we will do that. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that yellow throat's going to be gone, but if it's not, I can always pick that up as well. Eats worms, Flycatcher, handy for that. So we'll probably go Enclosure Builder here. Don't really like it as a bonus card, but we've already got one. And when you look at that third in a round goal, we're probably going to want to get some more of these down anyway. And Eleanor's Falcon is one of those, so yeah, that could be a good option. So I think we'll lock that in. And then, like I say, should be able to grab one of those worms. Should hopefully be able to grab the Falcon. My opponent, they haven't kept a rodent, so pretty sure they're not interested in it. Certainly not as interested as I will be. And indeed, they do pick up the yellow throat. So okay, we're going to go ahead and grab our worm first of all for this Flycatcher. So as I said, I think the way I'm going to do this, I think I'm going to top deck because I'd rather get something down so I can tuck. But I think maybe it's not going to matter too much. What I really want to do is I want to lay eggs, play the Barn Swallow, then lay eggs again, then get this worm for the Falcon that way. And if I pick up the Falcon first, I'm not going to have anything to tuck on the Swallow. So there's an extra point in there to be had. And I want to make sure that I'm getting hold of that. So I was actually worried about that. I didn't say anything, but I was definitely worried that Flicker was going to come down. So very glad that I did keep the extra worm and did go and grab the worm there right away, because it was looking very Flicker friendly, that feeder. But of course, my opponent having to grab the yellow throat there 1 turn sooner. So okay, that's good for me. And actually, if I'm going to give them more worms, all the power to them. So yeah, I think we blind draw top deck. And okay, Night Heron is actually quite an interesting one here. But I think we will stick with the original plan. So it's going to be Flycatcher, it's going to be Swallow, and then we can pick up the Falcon. So yeah, yellow throat goes down. So I think for my opponent, should be quite straightforward in this position. Just draw a bunch of cards. They have still got this one that they did keep from their starting hand, so maybe we'll see that come into play as well. But clearly not any sort of big food generating forest play. So that's at least reassuring. I think they're going to be, looking to secure their food supply. We've got a little bit going, of course, now for this flycatcher, but it's not going to be enough to keep us going throughout this whole game. We're going to need something else. Hopefully for the grasslands, if I can find, crow, a towhee, something like that, that's going to help get me a little bit of different food. But equally, plenty of cheap forest birds so that I can get the worm from the flycatcher, play that, and then start getting a bit more food. So that's the other kind of thing that, I think I'll be looking for in this position. And I think ordinarily, like I say, wouldn't be too keen on giving too much free food to my opponent here, but they do already have loads of worms, so I'm kind of just giving them stuff they've already got. And it's useful for me. I think sometimes you can find you're giving away food that it actually helps your opponent more than it helps you, but this is really good for my tempo. And with the swallow, with that Eleanor's falcon in the tray as well, pretty easy to just use these worms and go and get those down. So it looks like my opponent is going for food, so they've clearly found something to their liking that they'll be looking to get down. But that suits me just fine. I can go and grab this falcon, and 3 turns left with legs. We'll play the falcon, then we'll draw cards, and set ourselves up in a good position here, I think. So let's go ahead, do the first part of that, get our worm as well. Pretty good. But there, and like I say, start drawing some cards. We're going to need to find some good stuff. Need to do a bit of digging, but the swallow's going to be helpful. So it will help us just with the card cycle, but it kind of justifies doing that digging and getting extra cards, because those cards, I'm always going to need a spare one somewhere if I'm going to be wanting to use the swallow and get some points off that card cycle. So that's going to be good for me. Greater Prairie Chicken, okay. Not often a bird you see go down in round 1, but it looks like they're just trying to hit this end of round. But we've got that in the bag, so these 2 birds to start off our grasslands engine, securing an end of round goal as well. Definitely a good position. And of course, my opponent, they've got cards, they've got food, but they've got no eggs, so they can't play a second grassland bird, even if they wanted to. So, like I say, definitely feeling secure there. So falcon down. Not a great brown pair, I've got to say. Not one that I'm a huge fan of, but I mean, in this position, sometimes you just need a wetland bird there. It hits this bonus card. It was easy to get down thanks to the flycatcher, and I can start throwing eggs and start seeing what I can get off the top of the deck. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm not interested in these birds. I'm more interested in what else I can find off the deck, as I say. So not great stuff, but we're going to go ahead into round 2 with this first tray for us, and Ringbill Gull is quite a nice one. So I think I'll be going ahead and picking that up. So we'll draw cards, and we'll go ahead and I think we top deck, see what else we get. Downy Woodpecker, not too shabby, and we'll pick up this gull as well. So this is a prime example of good forest birds. Downy Woodpecker, when you run a flycatcher, cheap, only costs 1 worm, and 3 points, gets a bit more egg space. And I think egg space is going to be important here. I'm really going to want to use this grassland as much as I can, if possible. So it's all going to be about laying eggs and getting points there. So White-throated Dipper, another lovely wetland card drawing bird. I would have liked that, but my opponent gets their hand on it. So they're going to be doing a lot of drawing here, it seems. But I think I need to work this out. I want to get this Ringbill Gull down, and I think certainly for this end of round, if I can do that and then draw, that's going to be good. The issue is that if I lay eggs twice, I don't have the egg space for that. So I think we'll lay eggs definitely once here. This bittern, I think, can go. And I'm just wondering if I block this European Robin. Would be a good one for my opponent. If I'm giving them a worm, they can easily get that down with just a single gain food action, and they don't really have food access at the moment. So maybe I will block that. And okay, Eurasian Jay is definitely a much weaker option there. So
Yeah, like I say, do want to get this goal down. I might just have to take the sacrifice on the
one egg that I'm missing, because I don't really want to draw cards before I've played this. I've not really got a whole lot else to do. Not going to draw cards, or draw food, I should say, in this position. It's either eggs or cards or playing birds. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe what the swallow can get us from potentially a top deck here. And Goldcrest makes its way up. That's a really interesting option. That actually does tempt me into drawing cards here. Goldcrest, I think, works really well with Flycatcher here. Again, got all the egg space, but actually, it allows you to get different kinds of food. So you can lay eggs a bunch, get a bunch of worms, take food, place something in the forest with those worms, and then keep the extra food that you've gained through that action. I think that's actually a good option for me here. So, just trying to think. I think it is still worth laying eggs here, because what I'm trying to work out is it worth drawing cards now and getting rid of the egg, so that then when I lay eggs, I'm not missing out on the egg. I can essentially think of this as not discarding the egg, so I'm still getting 2 cards. But when the gull is down, I'm getting 2 cards and I'm getting a tuck. So that kind of, I think, earns back the point that I would be missing. So I think I'm going to do this. I think this Avocet can go, to be honest. My opponent not really showing signs of Grass's activity. Even if they were, I know this hits the bonus card, but I think egg space is going to be a problem here for me. So yeah, we'll pick up this Goldcrest. Like I said, I think that'll be a good one here for me. And we might even, just trying to think, maybe we could do Goldcrest, we could lay eggs, we could play the gull and draw cards. That feels like a good sequence. And yeah, it'll allow me to get 2 for the center round, because at the moment my opponent doesn't have any. So as long as we can, as long as we can get to 2, I think we're going to be in a good position there. Yeah, already 29 points on the board. That's really the power of this early game tempo that I've got myself here, and these 2 big point birds as well. Flycatcher and Falcon, very nice, helping out. So yeah, I think we do go for Goldcrest here. And yeah, I'll play the gull, and I might even look at that Brant. I think that might be a good one to pick up. Again, when you go in Goldcrest, more cards is useful. It's another bird for this bonus card, and I'm going to say it again. That third end around goal, really nice synergy there. My opponent's only got 1, so I think if I could get 4 down, then I'd be in a pretty strong position. So yeah. I was just about to say, the one thing I do have to be aware of is this Dipper does reset the tray, so if there's something I want, I kind of have to go and grab it immediately, as I did with this Goldcrest, because yeah, otherwise it's very easy to see a very lovely tray get reset by that Dipper, and then your opportunity's gone. And alright, back onto our next turn here. So Red-breasted Merganser has popped up. That is quite a nice looking option as well, but we are going to go ahead with our plan here. So Goldcrest is going down. And yeah, this egg space is so nice. This is going to help us out a lot. And yeah, we'll lay our eggs, play our ring-billed gull, and then I think we draw cards. And like I say, we're gonna get some extra cards, which is good. We need cards if we're using this Goldcrest, but also this end around. And yeah, then I think maybe we just draw for a bit. We dig, see what we find, look for some good forest birds to play, and then otherwise just lay eggs. And it's a 4-point engine already. Definitely wouldn't mind being able to add something else to that. So maybe another nice point generating grass and bird, or another food generating grass and bird for sure. Would be high on my list of birds to be looking for. But we'll kind of just see. This gull is going to help out as well. This tucking power, same as the barn swallow. That's going to be helpful for us. And yeah, who knows? Maybe my opponent, if they're going to dig and find some good stuff, maybe they'll take food. If this Erlenoris Vulcan's got more dice to work with, all the power to it. And yeah, maybe get some unexpected freebies That's kind of how I treat these kind of Predator powers, is that if they don't hit for the whole game, that's fine. That's not why I played them. As I say, in this case, the Falcon's down for the bonus card. It's down for the end of round goal. It's down just to get something going in the wetlands. If I get some bonus points, get some eggs in this case off it, yeah, that is treated as a bonus. I'm not going to expect too much from it here. And all right, back onto us again. Okay, Scale Quail has gone down, so the start of something in the grasslands here for my opponent. They have got their 4-point engine set up as well, so I think they'll be quite happy about that. We're just going to go ahead, lay eggs. I think this woodpecker goes, so as much as I did talk it up earlier, I think with Goldcrest, these kind of double birds, not quite so good. And I might look at this robin as a better option just to get a bit more food diversity. So, yeah, do I go for this red-breasted merganser? Sort of toying with the idea. I think I'll leave it for now. I can always grab it next time. I'm certainly not expecting my opponent here to be drawing cards too much more. They've already got a lot, and yeah, unless they can get down some kind of bird that is going to make use of that, then yeah, they're just going to be stuck with loads of cards and not really much to do with them. So they're laying eggs. We're going to play our ring-billed gull. I have sort of got in my mind that maybe they've got something like a Benelli's Eagle, or like one of those Predator powers where you could play and get tuck cards under the bird as you play it. So I am definitely expecting, even though I'm in a strong position here with the swallow, I'm expecting they'll get to one bird with a tucked card. So we'll see. Definitely not going to get too comfortable. They are going food, so plenty more worms. But taking a couple of food is definitely what I wanted them to do there. Again with this Eleanor's Falcon. So let's draw off the top of the deck, and oh my, killdeer, when I've already got Goldcrest down. Thank you very much. I will take you. Don't need that red-breasted merganser anymore, don't think. And there we go, Eleanor's Falcon. What did I say? Just give it a few dice to work with, and you might get a bonus egg there, so very nice stuff. Yeah, this killdeer also hits the enclosure builder, so we're going to be in a really strong position here, I think. Pretty straightforwardly, lay eggs, get this down. Of course, it eats the worm that the flycatcher is going to give, so yeah, we can just dig. Hopefully, as I say, find some forest birds, get those down really easily. All these extra cards killdeer is going to give me. It's definitely going to help with the Goldcrest. So yeah, wasn't really mentally preparing for a killdeer, but I've got to say this is probably the perfect bird for the situation. So Wingspan God's shining down on me in some way here. So there we go. It is a win in the end of round for us. And my opponent did get one down, so they played the Maltese Warbler, which I think is then what allowed them to play the Sparrowhawk. So yeah, like I say, definitely was expecting that to come in there. But Maltese Warbler is an interesting one at this stage of the game. They've already got loads of cards, so that sort of commits them to having to draw at least twice more when they otherwise might not have wanted to. And yeah, food access is a bit of a problem there, so maybe would have thought they might want to take that hummingbird. I'm sort of tempted by it, but again, when they've got Maltese, I don't necessarily need to be giving them free food, but I think I will pick it up anyway. It's easy to play with these flycatcher worms, of course. Whooping crane popping up, that would have been nice. But yeah, I think so. We'll get this killdeer down. And yeah, I'm feeling in a pretty strong position here. Maltese always makes me nervous when I see other players play it, because I know just how strong this bird can be. But it is highly dependent on the cards you've got in your hand. So yeah, 3 rounds of Maltese. Of course, I have used it 1 round already. It's going to help out a lot in that last end round, I think. Paris Goldeneye. Okay, they're preparing with these pink powers. Very nice. Almost preempting this killdeer that they don't even know is incoming. So yeah, sort of tempting with this hummingbird. It might be the next grassland bird I play. But for sure, getting some extra cards here is going to be high up on my list. So killdeer going down. Of course, this end of round goal. I'm going to say it again. We should be looking good. My opponent just the 2. We've now got 4. so we're going to be in a pretty handy position. So yeah, no surprises there. Going and picking up the whipping crane. I think that's a really good one for my opponent in this position where I'm just throwing worms. So you can play that with 3 worms, get yourself another bonus card. Yeah, pretty good option to be going with there. And yeah, we'll see what they leave in the tray for me. That Northern Harrier, I don't think would be too shabby. Nightingale, just all the food. Like I say, really in this position, I really don't want to be giving them extra food. So as much as a flycatcher, hummingbird, nightingale, grasslands would be amazing for me. Yeah, it's definitely a bit of an off-putting one. But I think we'll just lay eggs. Pygmy nuthatch is also sort of interesting, but we're getting kind of late for that sort of bird. So great horned owl is much better if we're going to use Goldcrest. So definitely we'll take that. Carolina wren. You would have been nice earlier, but I think your time has come and gone. Still, maybe for the bonus card. But I think the wren can go. Do I pick up this harrier? Do I play the nightingale? Might play the nightingale over the hummingbird actually here. That might be preferable. It's got more egg spaces. And it allows me to more selectively perhaps get some rodents if I want to get this horned owl. So I think I will pick this up. And yeah, I think get that down legs a bit. I'm going to give out some extra food. I'm kind of warming up to the idea of at least giving out a little bit. But as I say, hopefully I can make use of this Goldcrest, and certainly with a bird like the great horned owl, that's exactly what you're looking to play there. So get the food for it and play it all in the same turn. Really strong action. So yeah, my opponent gradually there working through all the actions. So they do still need to lay eggs, and yeah, maybe they might want to get food once more, depending on what they want to go and play. With that extra power. But White-throated Swift, pretty nice bird for them in this position with all these extra cards. So yeah, they will definitely be wanting to go for that. Now, let's think about this. Because they've only got 1 food. If I give them 2 food here, that lets them get the whipping crane down without having to take food. This is what I'm thinking. I really don't want to give them food, because I think food for me is a good action. Food for them is a terrible action. You know, they want to be laying eggs as much as possible. So if I give them 2 food, that saves them a turn. And that's 1 extra turn they can then spend laying eggs, scoring 7 points. So yeah, maybe I don't want to give them extra food with this nightingale. It's kind of tricky. It's kind of tricky to know what the right option is here. So we are okay on this end around. So I can at least feel a bit better in that respect. Yeah, this is difficult. I really don't want to give them too much free food, but I'm trying to think what else I do with my turns here. It might just end up being laying eggs twice, in which case I give them the food anyway. So, yeah. I think we do still play this. I think I do need the egg space here. We'll make sure we leave on the ground nests. We've got to lay eggs on that rainbow gull as well. But yeah, I'm going to be giving them some food. And I think that is going to help me. Just to, yeah, get something down at least through this Goldcrest. So hopefully, if we can, maybe we just lay eggs twice here. Stock up on some rodents. See what the tray gives us. Actually, maybe we want to play that owl this round, because if we lay eggs twice here, we're going to be pretty much full on egg space. Might have to just play it by a little bit, but yeah, they're going to lay eggs. So this is a strong action for them now. It's a very strong action, getting the extra points through the Swift now. And yeah, this Goldeneye. Got to be wary of this. We're in a strong position. We're definitely ahead in this game, but I don't think my opponent is out of this by a long shot. So yeah, I'm kind of resigned to the fact that I'm going to have to give out the rodent there, so we'll go ahead and draw. Dixisal could be potentially a nice one. Hitting the bonus card as well. Still, I think you can go. Phoebe. There's all the co-op birds, all the food co-op birds are coming up. Maybe, like I say, would have been nicer if they had more food access, or maybe if they weren't going for the Moltoni. But yeah, in this position, it's it's not exactly what I'm looking for. But again, if I'm going to play the Dixisal, maybe this could be a good play. I don't know. I'm sort of running out of time to be getting all of this stuff down. So I think really I want to try and get as much usage out of the Goldcrest in this final round as I can. So hopefully, yeah, hopefully a couple more big point forest birds are going to show their face as we go into the final round here. But yeah, got some decisions to make, and I think my opponent does as well. This is the tricky thing with Moltoni when you come to this late game. Again, in that last round, you know, they probably want to legs as much as possible. But if you want to use Moltoni, you've got to draw cards once, and you've got to take food once. So yeah, they have laid eggs. So I think it is going to be Whooping Crane going down. I think that would make the most sense here. So I think actually we can lay eggs. We've got 7 spaces if we lay eggs and use Killdeer. We're only going to have 3 going down, so we're going to have 4 spaces. So I think we do that. I think we do that. And yeah, take another rodent, because there is that one in the feeder. I'll probably go and grab that. So then play that out, but I'm going to need maybe something else. So Whitethroat, I think you're too late. A Merganser, maybe. I think my opponent is going to get to 4 filled columns in that last round, but maybe they only get to 3. So maybe it's some way of getting something in the wetlands to make sure we get a tie there. But yeah, end of round goal performance has been so strong for us so far. Winning all 3 definitely puts you in a good position, I feel, when you're able to yeah, go ahead and do that. So we'll see what they play. Like I say, I'm assuming Whipping Crane goes out at some point, but if you've got something better, if you've got a nice Forest Brown Power, maybe you play that now. I feel like that Pygmy Nuthatch could have been good for them, but I'm not sure if that was in the tray when they were drawing earlier. So yeah, they might just be going for the big point birds here as well. Get those down in the forest. We're kind of we're both looking for the same thing here, which I think can make it difficult sometimes. But yeah, it is Whooping Crane going down, so perhaps not too surprising. And here we go. It's an end of round goal win, and we go into the final round. And Baltimore Oreo, where have you been all my life? Thank you very much. I'm going to be picking you up for sure, and we can even grab a berry here to help along. So yeah, I don't necessarily think I need to use Killdeer here. I think I can get yeah, get what I want down without needing the extra card. So I think I'll save the egg, and this Phoebe might be an option in the wetlands for the final enclosure builder spot. I think Dixisal might be too late. This Violet Green Swallow is definitely too late, so that can go. We'll pick up the Oriole. Yeah, I think I do. I'm trying to work out here. I think I do give out the worm. Because actually, maybe I don't need to. Let's think about this. 4 turns left. I'm going to be playing Oriole, playing Owl. Maybe I can get this down. If I play Oriole with this free worm. So if I take the worm, I can play the Oriole, gain rodent and seed. So I'm going to have 3 rodents and a seed. The turn after that, I take food again. I use the 3 rodents. I have the seed that I've gained and 2 more food and potentially an Oriole food as well. And I think then this Dixisal, this would be... It's a 5-point play plus 2 more for activating that last sense. It's 7. BB, if it gets me a tie on the end of round, is 5 plus 8 plus 3 would be 8. I think I do take this. Like I say, I talked so much about not wanting to give free food to my opponent. I'm just kind of throwing it at them. But yeah, the Phoebe is cheaper on the food. I think I might go with that play. Play the Phoebe in the wetlands rather than the Dixis or so. We'll skip there. Common Raven coming up. And yeah, I hope that doesn't come back to bite me, but I think this is going to be strong. We've got 2 strong turns, playing these birds with the Goldcrest. That's going to give us a bit of egg space, so Baltimore Orioles 2, this is 2, and playing them frees up 2, so I'm going to have 6 egg spaces. So yeah, I can always lay eggs, and if I'm short on the food with the Phoebe, or I don't know, maybe something else pops up in the tray that I want to go pick up, I can always grab the food for that if I need to. But yeah, I definitely want to make this as hard as I can for my opponent. I think their clear end game is to lay eggs twice here, and so they only want to take food once. But then that does mean they're going to have to play 2 birds here, because you've got to play 1 to trigger the Moltoni, and then 1 when you use it with very little food. So yeah, obviously they can gain 2 when they gain food themselves, but not necessarily enough. So we're going to go ahead and gain food. So this Hawfinch can definitely go. We'll take those 2, and yeah, we'll chuck Hummingbird and play. I think we play the Horned Owl first. Because again, not super enthusiastic about giving all the free food, and who knows, maybe that'll get me an extra point with the hunting power. So yeah, we can take food, play the Oriole. And it's all about what birds they picked up. It's all about what birds they picked up. If they have got 2 forest birds, they'll be happy, but there's no guarantee. No guarantee that they'll have found 2 forest birds, so... Blue-winged warbler goes down, so there's 1. Yeah, I feel like it's pretty likely they're going to have another, so... not necessarily too confident about getting a ton to center around, but we're going to take food. We get what we want, so we get a berry. We even get a seed, so yeah, maybe Dixisal is an option, but Horned Owl is going to hit King Rail. That would have been lovely. But I suppose at least I know my opponent doesn't have that. And yeah, between these 2, I mean, Common Against is never going to go down because Phoebe's always going to be better. So we'll do that. We'll get the Oriole down. So yeah, only 2 uses on that Goldcrest, but I think it's come in handy here with the egg space. Really saved me out earlier, and yeah, just being able to get these 2 down late in the game while gaining food is definitely nice. So yeah, knowing or being pretty confident that this Phoebe is not going to help for the end round, I think we play the Dixis or we lay eggs, because as I worked out before, there's 4 points minus 2, but then you get +3 off the bonus cards. It's 5 points, and then I get a tuck and a lay on it. So yeah, it's basically 7 points playing that. Phoebe on its own is only 5. It needs end of round goal contributions to be worth going for. So yeah, I think we just play that Dixisal and lay eggs. I take the loss in the end around goal, but I mean 91 points already. I say this would be 7, and then we get the other 5 laying eggs. I mean, we're going to get over 100 here. Definitely over 100. So yeah, it's all about what my opponent can do. It's all about what they can get down with this Moltoni's Warbler late in the game. Maybe get themselves another bonus card, because when you go Moltoni, these can be absolutely game changing. Alright, here we go, back around to us. What has my opponent been doing? Gaining food, so yeah, that was smart. I think playing the Warbler first allowed them to discard, get a bit more food, so... they still need to draw cards if they can use Moltoni, so I hope they don't forget. But yeah, I think they'll be drawing cards, laying eggs, and then they should have enough food there to be playing something, and I am going to assume it's in the forest for sure. I mean, that even just that Raven, they can pick that up and get the force, so... And we're going to play the Dixisal, as I said. And Yeah, this is basically perfect. We've had the perfect number of cards this Killdeer because we're going to tuck one on the Dig Sizzle, and then we still have one left over for the Barn Swallow. So yeah, just through a combination of using the Goldcrest, even discarding cards to get a bit more food, just about had enough cards here to be working with. So definitely been helpful. I mean, Killdeer. Sometimes you pick it up in was it even round 3 maybe when I found that, and it's a bit late, but this is definitely useful. So they played Hermit Thrush, which is definitely interesting. I'm not sure necessarily. Really hope they've not forgotten about the Moltoni there. I have seen that happen before with players where they forget that the Moltoni lets you play something, and then you rush into playing it through your excitement. So we'll just pick up Raven because we can, because it's a power move. And yeah, they still need to draw cards here, so they've not got any cards in hand, so you need to draw something that you can play for free or with a single fish. So we'll see how this pans out, but for sure they're going to win this end around. So I'm glad I didn't get sucked into the trap of playing the Phoebe, trying to chase an end of round goal that was never really going to be achievable. And we'll see what they're going to do. Okay, looks like they did something that meant no Moltoni, because that was a very quick turn. They do win the end of round, and we go here into the final score. So yeah, I'm sort of expecting to be kind of close on birds, because they had a lot of birds down, but low points. Yeah, only one difference. So we had a strong bonus card. Ooh, they had a lot of strong bonus cards. 22 is very nice. So we've got a bit of chasing to do, but end of round goal points. We know we're strong. Eggs, we know we're definitely strong as well. But we still have a bit of chasing, hopefully, with some tuck cards. In the end here, it is just barely enough. 107 to 106 in the end. That was a lot closer than I was prepared for. So let's go and take a look at these bonus cards. Yowzers, Ethologist, Prey Manager, and Ecologist. Those are some very, very nice pickups for my opponent. So, wow, that was a little bit too close for comfort. Glad that, no points were lost there. If that Horndown missed, that would potentially have been a loss there. But there we go. What an exciting finish, and what a high-scoring game. But it's another win, most importantly on the board for us here in the second round of this World Cup. So, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed watching that one. If you did, please do hit that subscribe button so that you'll get notified when more games in this tournament come out. And the next one is going to be coming very, very soon. So I will see you in that one.